Welcome to the tutorial showing how to bake and rebake NavMeshes on the XY plane with Unity NavMesh agents and also your own custom agents that you can develop yourself. Now this project is available from the Space Bumfuzzle website. You can download the code and you can find the initial demo scene under Assets, Tutorials, Scenes, and load up the tutorial here. Before we get started, I do want to show that you can configure your different agent sizes on the navigation window, which is under Windows Navigation, Agents tab. I've got 4 of them set up here. You can remove and add them to your heart's content. You can also add them in real time, but I haven't covered that in this particular tutorial. So once you've loaded the demo scene, you can hit the play button and initialize the empty XY plane NavMesh. This is actually 4 different NavMeshes, one for each of the agent types that we'd specified in the Agents tab just before. And these are the radiuses that they had been provided with. We can quickly compare that to what we have here. So small dude 0.5, medium dude 2, big dude 5, and super huge dude has 12. I've got a button here that adds a NavMesh agent, which is the Unity standard NavMesh agent that handles all the pathing for you. And I've also got code of my own custom agent that every half second will pathfind using the NavMesh. So you can take a look in the code and see how that call happens. All you need to call the pathfinding for a different size is the agent type ID of the radius that you want. And this will allow you to create your own controllers to fly ships around or have guys running around of different sizes and be able to find a path that's appropriate for their particular size. Anyway, we have, if we take a look in the hierarchy here, 4 different planes, one of each for the different agent types, and they are shown here. They're all in the exact same spot. If we take a look at the scene, we can see that they are along the XY plane at vector 3, 0, right in the middle of nothing. And what we can do now is, actually I'll put the scene to the side. What we'll do is we'll add a few static features which will effectively be walls and barriers in our scene. And we can see in the scene that they've not been taken into account in the NavMesh. We can take a look in the hierarchy and see exactly what they are. We'll move the scene to the side. So we'll take that rock formation, and that, if I put that here, the rock formation is, it's just got a polygon collider, which, yeah, that's a little fast. But you can see the polygon collider goes around the edge there. The trees, if we take a look at that particular tree, he has a box collider that goes around the it's hard to see underneath all the blue, but there's a box collider there, and the other tree type has a circle collider. And these all each have a NavMesh static feature script, which is a script I've written myself and is available on the tutorial website, or just take a look in the code and see how it works. It basically will take a look at the different 2D collider that you're using and create a NavMesh build source that is going to be used by the NavMesh when you hit the Rebuild NavMesh button. And you can see that we now have a NavMesh, 4 different NavMeshes generated for the different sizes of agents, and it looks like a veritable mess. Internally, with the Polygon Collider 2D ones, it will generate a mesh from the different points of the polygon, and that's fed into the build source and stored for later use. So it will work for any Polygon Collider 2D. kind of cool. And that's courtesy of one of the guys on the Unify community who wrote a script to create triangles from a 2D polygon. Anyway, now that we've got it working this far, we can add some agents. So we'll get rid of the scene for now. We'll add a few small agents. And you can left click and they shall run around and pathfind. And that's all fair enough. That little guy can fit in there. That medium guy will only go to there, and that fat guy will only go to there. Because they're different sizes. Randomize the placements and rebuild the NavMesh. And to show the dynamic obstacles, we can add a few of them. If we take a look in the scene, you can see that they have carved their way into the NavMeshes in real time, and it works relatively quickly. If we click here, we can see it trying to pathfind around the obstacles dynamically, and that's updated in real time. Just to prove this is all using 2D physics, if you right click anywhere, they will fire bullets and shoot things around. They will each shoot a bullet, and you can see it colliding with the polygon collider there, and the boxes there. But it's pretty cool. We can remove those agents and try my custom agents, which will repath every half second. And you can see there's a bit more of a delay in the repathing there. They'll also fire bullets, by the way. But they'll do the job absolutely fine. So you can take a look in the custom agent code to see how to do pathfinding without having to use Unity's agents, which is helpful. You can also change the size of the NavMesh and just rebuild it, and it'll just continue where it left off. You can change the tile size, which influences the accuracy of the NavMesh too. If we do that to 64 and rebuild, you can see this will make for less resources with the carving, while depending on the size of the object that you're carving into the NavMesh. Less stuff needs to be updated, potentially. That's all explained on Unity's documentation. We can reset the camera to fit that. I've also got super large dudes here as well, which won't fit around very much at all. But that is an example of how to do pathfinding using 2D physics in Unity, which is something I haven't seen written about almost anywhere else. So download the code, take a look, pull it apart, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.